Hey friends, Dustin here. You're watching the Life of Lynn channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today we're back on my absolutely beautiful 1977 Winnebago Chieftain with the 440 big block and the 82 millimeter single turbo on it. Yeah, she's fuel injected, turbocharged, and intercooled in the 1970s big block. I love it. It's turning out fantastic. Today we're going to finish up some stuff to make this thing a little bit more homey on the inside, clean it, and get the electrical working and stuff so we can actually take it camping or out on the streets for fun. Should be a good time. As you guys can see up front, I can now see. Yes, I can see very well. These are actually headlights out of a Jeep Wrangler. Who would have thought they would fit? I had to sawzall a couple things and do some wiring. But other than that, looks good. As you will see, I have an air filter on the front because I was getting roasted in the comments for running this bad girl wide open with no air filter on the front. And the turbo is right behind this LED bar here. So ideally, I hate this. It's ugly and I want it to go away. So I'm going to build one that goes all the way across and back in through that light hole there. And then I'm going to tuck the air filter up inside the wheel well on that side. So that'll look better, but I didn't have enough leftover intercooler parts to make that happen. So, you know, it is what it is for now. Right now, this thing's running really good. Had a little burnout at the end of the last video. That was pretty awesome. Transmission puked a little fluid after that. So, you know, maybe we won't do too many burnouts in the 13,000-pound refrigerator. Probably hard on the 50-year-old transmission. So, note to self. Other things are, I removed the 700-pound vintage generator. We kind of got this running, but it leaked fuel all over the place, and it wasn't very happy, and I couldn't get it running long enough to test if it even put out electricity. So I just removed it. It's now out. So that brings me to an important part. What are we going to power this thing with? We got to get this thing ready for actual camping. Right? It'd be great to take this on the road and do some tours with it. But then I'd sleep in it to save money, right? So need electricity. And need to get some license plates and stuff. Yeah, that'll come. I just now got the lights working, so she should be legal now. But right here is where we had our giant 2-cylinder cast iron generator. Yeah, that's a lot of space. And I thought, let's put something lightweight in there that doesn't make a bunch of noise. Friends, let me show you what I got. Look at that little guy. That's gonna fit in there much better. These guys, you know, OUPES or OUPES or Sideways C UPPES. Not entirely sure how to pronounce it. Reached out to me, asked, hey, do you want to power your 1970s Winnebago with this bad girl? What is it? Well, it's about the size of a generator. Weighs a little bit less than a generator, actually. No fuel, no noise. She's a complete solar generator, which has all kinds of great options in it, such as DC to DC charging via the alternator to DC charging unit here. So this bad girl is going to hook up to the alternator in the Winnebago, and it's going to charge the massive lithium battery bank in this thing. You can also be charged via solar and 110 volt AC. So pretty excited about that. Comes with all the cabling, all the cool stuff. Have you guys ever seen one of these solar generators with so many options? Look at this. We got 20 amps. We got regular 110s. There is a 50 amp split phase here. So this can do 220. And of course, our regular 30 amp RV outlet on this thing, which is handy because that's what we have. So that's gonna be really cool. Another thing, generator is already hooked up right here, so it's gonna be pretty easy for us to put a plug right there, wire this bad girl in. Pretty excited. Just should strap it down in there. We can run some solar panels from the roof and the alternator from the front, so whenever we're driving, it's charging. And this thing's gonna be awesome. So I'm excited about this, guys. I got a link down in the description. They are offering a nice little discount if you guys are interested in one of these. But we're gonna test it out today, see if you guys like it, and get this thing on the road and camping. First things first, I gotta get over to the battery side here. I don't think I've ever hooked up a battery for the house. It's only ever had, oof, that floor was clean. Anyway. Yeah. So that is our engine start battery. There is room for a house battery, which we do need if we want to use the stuff inside. So let's get one of those thrown in there. I probably have something sitting around somewhere that's going to work. And hopefully we can make this bungee cord setup work. Boy, there's a lot of dirt back here. I'm going to clean this up first, and then we'll throw a battery in, get the electrical working on the inside, and then we're going to hook up our solar generator. Anyway, let's talk about this absolute unit here. Let's start with the first thing. This is a separate piece that I got, but all my RVers out there and hashtag van lifers are going to love this. Check this out. It's an alternator charger. This bad boy sucks up to 800 watts off your alternator while you're driving down the road to charge the lithium battery. And a really cool feature about this is that it can reverse charge. That's right. You got a dead battery on your unit? No worries. Just fire up that bad guy. Press this button the appropriate amount of times on the front there, and this thing will just send up to 800 watts back into the charging battery. So if you got a dead battery, this can get you going again, or it can supply power to your house battery from this. But we're actually going to do that a whole separate way by hooking it up to the whole house charging system and the 30 amp cord that goes with this, which will actually keep the battery topped off. It's going to be a weird loop thing with multiple inputs. It's going to be cool. Well, this bad unit is the Guardian 6000. And I have links for both these down in the description. But, you know, with the weather and stuff the way it is, power outages, snowstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, fires, etc. You know, there's places that lost power for weeks at a time here recently. And I'm thinking this is going to be a good backup for the house. Obviously, I'm using it right now in hashtag van life with the motorhome. But this could definitely power a lot of household appliances. You could have a generator box in the outside of your house where you could hook up this 50 amp down here. Yeah, that thing's going to be your split phase 220. And you'll be able to power a lot of appliances in your house. Let's look at a couple specs in this thing real quick. Guys over there at OUPES were really cool. Just wanted me to touch on a few things if you guys are interested in this thing. Look at this. 6,000 watts of output and up to a 9,000 watt surge. That's insane. You can recharge it with your cigarette lighter in your car. It's got USB outlets, of course, all the basics in case you need to just charge your phone and stuff off of it. You know, it's a pretty big unit for just charging phones. But AC input, 1,800 watts you can put in there with just the AC power cord that comes with it. So you can plug this thing in and top it off. You don't even have to have solar panels. You don't even have to have a DC to DC charger. You can literally just charge it off the wall and then set it in the corner and wait for, you know, disaster to strike or a power outage or something like that. But I definitely recommend the alternate ways of charging it, which would be solar and, you know, DC input from a vehicle or something like that. Let's talk about that solar. Yeah, this is a multi-point power tracking, which means it's going to be way better with solar panels than a lot of the cheap ones. So it has the charge controller built in, and it can run up to 2,100 watts of solar. And holy smokes, that's more than what I have in my shop, as you can see over there. My shop only has 1,200 watts coming into it. Battery capacity, it is a 51.2 volt lithium battery, and that's 4,600 watt hours. Pretty impressive. And of course, you know, all the stats and how everything works. But guys, go check these guys out. I got a link in the description with a discount code for you guys. So please check them out because they're supporting the channel. Well, it's the next day and I thought I hit the record button again. But man, I am on the struggle bus. I'm not pulling that thing back out of there to do it again. It's lightweight for what it is. It's lighter than a generator, but it's still 100 pounds. So, you know, it's like a two-person job. You know, I did it. He doesn't have thumbs, so, you know, it's all right. It's in there. The cable is just barely long enough. I would maybe recommend a slightly longer one of those in case you got a situation like this, where this side's got to go over there and this side's got to go over here. All right, it's already pulling power out of the battery. As you can see, we're doing 28 watts worth of charging, not very much. So I can shut that off, or I can go shut off the power converter on the inside, because once I plug in the 30 amp camper cord into this to charge the camper, then we're going to be in a redundant cycle that's just slowly going to deplete all the batteries by losing electricity during our conversions multiple times. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to shut off the power converter in there. We're just going to fire up the gas engine on this, which will send charge voltage to our house battery and allow this thing to charge this thing up a little bit better. So maybe we'll do that. I'm going to fire up the motorhome, see if the wattage picks up on that, and then we'll plug the motorhome in and see what we can power with it.
Sorry, it's a bit loud in here. I do need to go over here and make sure our battery's actually charging. The solenoid that goes to the alternator is 50 years old, so who knows if that's even working. Alright guys, we got charge voltage at the motor side. We do not have charge voltage at the coach side, so I'll have to fix that solenoid so it actually works. Who'd have thought something automatic from that long ago doesn't work anymore. Either way, we're going to test if this thing can power the motorhome, so that's cool. Let me turn off the power converter so we're not charging the house battery with the thing that we're drawing from the house battery with, you know, silly. All right, we got about 170 watts flowing out. I'm assuming that's the power converter. There was not a separate breaker for the power converter in this whole thing, so I left that on and just turned off our charger. So that way we can just see what she's drawing. But yeah, 119 volts, 60 hertz. Everything seems dandy. I'm going to tell you an hour meter. If it continues at this rate, it's got 13 hours of battery left at 64%, so that's not bad. Let's see what works on the inside, shall we? Lights are brighter, that's for sure. The most important thing, does the bunny night light turn on? It does. All right. Clearly, this is a win. We got lots of juice. So everything's working, but you know, the thing says 6,000 watts on it. That's a lot of AC output. That's pure sine wave too, so that's good for delicate electronics and compressors. Be able to run your fridge in your house on it. That'd be nice in an emergency. But will it run the air conditioner in this motorhome that I've never been able to get to work? I tried to get that thing to start once. Had my old 3,500 watt generator on it, and it just killed it. So that compressor could be seized. Could have an electrical problem. Who knows? Should we turn it on and see if it works? Sure. Why not? Well, it's February, so I don't really need an air conditioner, but I'm going to turn it all the way down. Ooh. It does say it has heat. If it has heat. Turn it to heat mode, and then turn it to warmer. See if we can get some heat coming out of it. So, those are apparently a little worn out from their years of not use. All right, let's go. Well, it stinks. That's actually warm. That is in fact working. No joke. Oh, that one stay up. Okay, well, it does smell like burning dog hair. But that is working. Let's see what we're pulling on the old girl. Woo! Almost 2,200 watts. we got an hour and 20 minutes with that. Well, 1.2, sorry. Wow, that's impressive. That thing is really drawing on it, and didn't even blink. You guys heard the blower motor start up. That thing just whirled to life. Those things pull some amps. Being as old as it is, it's probably even pulling more amps. So I'm pretty excited that was able to just light that thing off on the heater right away. We're gonna have to wait till summertime to run the AC and test that out, but so far very impressed. Let's put a strap on this thing and take the Turbago for a little drive, shall we? All right, we're gonna try out cleaning this thing for the first time in 15 years. So I got the vacuum out here. We're just gonna plug it in and see how our power takes that, and then wipe it down. You know, I'm thinking maybe, we'll see, because I got a lot of stuff up in the air right now. I got like multiple businesses going on, and doing YouTube starting to take more time than I got time for. Okay, so you know, if these videos were getting 200,000-300,000 views like they used to back in the day, you know, I might still consider it, get my 18 cents from YouTube for their ads, and carry on. But guys, we might have to cut back. Comment down below, help me out a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Get some more views on the old channel here. But I do want to take this thing on Poverty Tour. If you don't know what Poverty Tour is, check it out. They got a Facebook group and everything. It's involved with like Pole Barn Garage and those guys. And basically we're going to take garbage stuff from the 70s and drive it through multiple states, from like Missouri through Texas and New Mexico, back through Colorado, and then back. I'll probably try to meet around the Texas to New Mexico area in this thing. So I've got about 2 months to get it dialed in and reliable to drive 1,500-ish miles. And it hasn't done that in a long time. So we got some work to do. Plus I need to clean it up a little bit because I got to sleep in here. Because with the fuel bill, there ain't going to be any money left for a hotel. Time to grab the vacuum and get to work. There we go. We've been using this thing like crazy, running the heater and the air conditioner and the vacuum cleaner with all the lights on. It's only at 42%. If you guys want more battery capacity than what this comes with, which is a lot, they make modular batteries that literally just stack on top of this thing and they plug into another one of these ports over there. So pretty cool. I am enjoying this so far. Can't wait to get it out there and use it. Whew, what an absolute unit. This thing it's really nice, and it's a little bit cleaner now. So really excited about that. It's the first time it's been cleaned in a long time. Needed a good vacuuming and scrubbing, you know. Still needs some details done, but pretty happy. You know, look at the fake wood grain. Very nice. Good countertops in this unit for sure. Stainless is still good. I have all the tops. They're just wrapped up down there so they don't rattle. Pretty much everything functions in here. Especially this engine. Shall we take it for a quick drive? Need to hit the old dash with a little bit of armor all, but you know, it's pretty nice. Turned out pretty good. This thing drives so good, has plenty of power for sure. But it's actually pretty smooth. It's like driving a slightly rattly Cadillac. And it's honestly not even that bad considering how big it is. I remember this thing's like 33 feet long and 13,000 pounds. It's pretty big. All right, let's give her little beans. Forgot you still got to manually shift it. I don't have the kickdown hooked up yet, so got a few little things I got to finish up, but pretty dang happy with this thing.
Not sure what to do with it now. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Got the tune turned pretty far down. Got a bunch of timing and stuff out of it, just keeping it nice and safe. Yeah, our fuel station out here only offers 87 octane, so not ideal for a hot tune. Ideally, I'd want some 93 in this, but ain't nobody got that out here, that's for sure. It needs an overdrive gear super bad. We're only doing 48 miles an hour and we're already at 2,500 RPMs in third gear, so a little too much. Little 5 PSI run in third gear there. You know, this thing could barely climb a hill at 35 miles an hour when we first got it. So the fact that it can do that now is impressive. Those are like quarter throttle pulls. I'm not even getting on it. She rides right up to 70 now. This thing would actually be pretty good to drive on the interstate. We could add a gear vendor's overdrive or something on the rear. Take some of the RPMs out of it so we're not burning so much fuel, getting so much heat and everything. Or just cruising. Otherwise, you know, this thing's gonna want to cruise, you know, 45 miles an hour. Blah, 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 blah. Sounds so good. it, guys. I think this thing's ready. She's powered up. Engine's running great. Cruising down the road. Time to take this thing out on the streets. Take it camping. Pretty excited. This has been a fun project for the last year, so I appreciate you guys tuning in to all the videos. If you guys haven't seen the first videos, go check them out. Got a playlist down there. That's a whole mess of them. Sorry, semi-crossing up here. We're gonna have to pause. Gotta watch out for that on the old dirt roads. Alright, anyway, like I was saying, thanks again to today's sponsor. Check out the OUPES Guardian 6000. I got a link for it down in the description. Also the DC to DC charger. Charge your solar generator right off of your own vehicle alternator. System's gonna work great in this thing. Saves us a bunch of weight. I'm excited to get to use it. So guys, check out all their products. They got a bunch more stuff too, so check out their website. You guys get a little discount code down there too. As for me, I got a couple more episodes of this thing, guys, and then it's going to be on to the next project. So let me know what you do next. I don't know. You tell me. Hey, God bless each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next episode.